These niggas chasing me like waterfalls. Keeping on my truck, look like brains.
What's up, y'all? It's your sister. How are y'all doing, child? Hold on, child. I gotta zoom out, child. I haven't done a live in a minute. How are y'all doing? It's your sister, thejessiewoo. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you can join the Black Women's Tribe during Black Women's Month. During Black Women's Month, okay? During Black Women's Ramadan Mubarak, Black Women's Month. How is everybody doing? I think this is my first live this month. How are y'all doing? I'm fresh out of Canada, fresh out of my self-deportation. How y'all doing? What's been going on in America? What's been going on in America, child? It's a lot going on. Child, but happy Women's Month. Happy Black Women's Month. Ramadan Mubarak to all my Mubarak sisters. I hope that y'all are having a good and peaceful, well, child, I was going to say I hope y'all having a peaceful Ramadan, but my God, today. So much is going on. You know, Ramadan is supposed to be like a peaceful time, ain't it? From what I know. Tasha K gave some false reporting. I saw what Tasha K posted, and to be honest, Tasha K saw the stupidity that was going on online, so she seized the moment. Like, I even reposted it because it's just like, it was just so dumb, like watching people really think that I got deported. And the reasoning for people thinking I got deported, it was really insane to me. But hey, whenever I say two things, whenever I say that people be dumb as hell, y'all be calling me mean. Whenever I say people are xenophobic, y'all will say, "Oh, you're just saying that because you're Haitian, or she's a tether." That's tether babble. Literally, if you look at the commentary around my self-deportation, two things are very clear. People are dumb as hell, and people are xenophobic as hell. Like, it's just like, my God. Yes, I saw that she posted it, and I literally reposted it in my stories. I was like, this is so unserious, but I don't blame her because it was a if I am a blogger, if I have one of these blogs and I see the stupidity, I'm going to seize the moment too. I don't blame her for doing that. But it's just the people, like, damn, like, you could literally come to my channel, you could come on my page and see it was a joke. But the way people couldn't wait to be xenophobic, yeah, oh no, she need to go back to Haiti. Why she going to Canada? Why she go back to Haiti? Like, y'all be sounding like Trumpers. You sound like Trump. And then it's like the tone of it all. Sending me back to Haiti as if I have not gone to Haiti, as if I didn't use my entire EP launch to go to Haiti and talk about Haiti at every turn. And then, like, to say it as if y'all sending me somewhere where I'm going to be miserable. Because that's what y'all want to see. Like, it be the people with no passports. It be the people who go to other countries and ask for things that you can get here. Like hookah, Hennessy, lamb chops. You going to Haiti and you asking for hookah, you have hookah? Like, no, it be people who really don't do their research and are not familiar with other cultures. And so you think that you're sending me somewhere to be miserable. And it's like, I'm here to tell you, no matter where I am in the world, I will always be good. I will always have a roof over my head. My bills will always be paid. I will always be blessed. Whether I'm in Haiti, whether I'm in Dominica, whether I'm in Ghana, whether I'm in South Africa, whether I'm in Canada, I will always be blessed. Whether I'm in America, I will always be blessed. Just hate to break it to you. Jess, I just want to thank you. I was late. I was late as, I'm really sorry to hear that. Now I can use my severance to buy a home. Oh, okay, period. Wait a minute, okay. Month, period. Use your severance, period. And I really hope that you get the job that's gonna take you into your maximum potential, period. Listen, sometimes these days a loss is a win. These days a loss is a win. Okay. People are very xenophobic and want you to suffer. Yeah, thank you for that chat. Yeah, they be, oh yeah, we no go. And you know what too? The xenophobia be coming from other Haitians too. It don't be just non-Haitians. It be coming from other Haitians. It be coming from other people from other, nationalities. And it's like, dang. You would think like other Haitians, like especially at this time where we're asking people to sign off on all this paperwork. Hey, Haitians got TPS is coming to an end. You would think Haitians would be smarter and present a united front, but no. Anytime, like when I tell you, that's why when y'all be thinking, oh, she talks about xenophobia as if it's just a Black American thing. It's not. Like I get xenophobia from other Haitians. I get it mostly from Haitians. Whenever like they see other people from nationalities dragging me, they join in. It's not just from other people who are not Haitians. It be Haitians too. It's just weird. It's weird, but babes, when I tell you I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Period. All right, let's get to it, child. Let's get into it. May I know Snugan, when we get into it's so much tea, it's so much going on. I wanted to go live the other day after I got out of the fume. But for those of you guys who don't know, I did go to Canada for a little bit. I had a death in the family, and like it's crazy. As you get older, like you lose the people who like were a part of your makeup, and that is it's just I don't know. The person that we lost, she is my auntie's best friend's mother. And I, when I was growing up, I was spending a lot of time there. Even when I came to America and we went to Florida, but every summer I would go back to Canada. Like every summer I was there throughout the entire summer. And we would go to Mummy Izzy's house sometime. And Mummy Izzy was like, she was a riot. Like, I think just when I was there this weekend or last week going into the weekend, I just was like, dang, like I got my personality and my humor from women who said what they want, talk they shit, like, express themselves and didn't hold anything back. And in my culture and like in Haitian culture, women are supposed to be seen, not heard. When you're a woman and you have an opinion and you have a personality and you know how to tell jokes and you know how, like, it's frowned upon. It's frowned upon, and it's not just frowned upon by like men, it's frowned upon by like other women. Like, you're not womanly, you're not feminine, you're not all these different things. And so going back home and like getting to say goodbye to Mummy Izzy, I just was thinking like, even when I do this, the Haitian fingers, I got it from Mummy Izzy. Like when we would go to her house and, and she's dancing, it'd be say, and she would say these things, like the things that would come out of her mouth. It was like, dang, lady, like you're not supposed to say that. And she didn't care. She didn't care. She was going to say what she wanted, how she wanted. And I'm really blessed to have had that sort of upbringing with Haitian women who weren't scared to say what they wanted to say and be who they wanted to be. And yeah, it's sad. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Jesse, you look beautiful. I almost broke my toe leaving a work meeting. Not missing the live, child. Your reviews are better than the LIV episode. Thank you so much. I find it so funny when y'all say stuff like that. Like, it just be so funny. But yeah, like, it just was, saying bye to Mummy Izzy. And then I got to see my grandma, and like, my grandma, she's like the last person that's in her age bracket that's here. Like she's about to be 95. And she was just telling me, she was just naming everybody. Edith Ale, voisin Ale, tout le monde a fait with you. And she's just very sad because she's sad because all her friends are gone. All her like siblings, everybody's gone. And it's just, she's very sad. But I was looking at my grandma. She looks so beautiful. She looks so beautiful. And I don't know. It just was a very reflective time, child. A very reflective time. Hey, Jess, where in Montreal are you from? Saint Michel. Do you still have French? Do you still have that Montreal French slang lingo? No, I really need to get in touch with it. But I'm from Saint Michel. I'm a Saint Michel girl. My condolences. The more they hate, the more God blesses you and opens new doors. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, enough. Let's get into the tea for today, like King of Reeds would say. All right, Love is Blind. It's a lot going on. We've had a lot of updates while I've been gone. So we have a lot to talk about. It's the morning time. Well, actually, it's about to be afternoon. So wherever you're at, I hope you have a snack. I hope you have your tea, your coffee, whatever it is that you drank. But let's get into it because it's a lot. First and foremost, let me ask y'all a question before we go through everything. Do y'all want me to get into the tea first, or do y'all want to look at the fits? Do y'all want to be like, do y'all want to be judgy about everybody's reunion fits? What y'all want to do? Also, if you're here, please like the live. Please, that's all I ask. Please like the live. Please like the live. Also, by the way, one more thing. Woocation, South Africa. All the information you need is on woocationinSouthAfrica.sortedchalet.com. It's in my description box. So if you want to join me in Woocation for Dead to December, please go ahead and visit the site. Also, please keep in mind, this is our first, all the trips we've taken so far have been very fun. This is going to be fun too, but think luxury. This is my first luxury trip. I'm talking about we're going to be sipping tea. We're going to be down to a winery. We're going to be, this is very much toot our nose up in the air. That's the mood for South Africa. Just very, okay. And to my sisters who are in South Africa, yes, I am doing something that you all will be able to join too. Hey, Jesse, it's my birthday. Love you down. My condolences to your family. Sorry for your loss. Thank you so much. And happy birthday. Happy birthday. So you're a Pisces. You're a Pisces like both of my parents. Happy birthday. Jesse, sending love. So sorry for the loss of your auntie. Keeping you and your family in my prayers. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mommy Izzy was my auntie. Okay, so we want to do the tea first. Okay, let's go to the tea. Let's get to the tea. Let's get into the tea for today. Okay, so first thing first. Let's get into the tea for today. First things first. Somebody pointed this out. Someone pointed this out that I believe Keya was on a podcast and she said this. Hold on. Chris Colleen with your raggedy ass. Hold on. Namudo. My foot is on your neck and it would never. Jamais. Okay, here we go. Hold on.
And I would say, okay, well, my deal breaker is if you voted for this man.
Mm-hmm.
So your move, and there's no way around that for me.
None of that is included in the edit. With all of that time that they were building the love triangle between her and Tyler and Kevin, they couldn't have slipped that in. That's a 30-second montage of her walking out after all these guys are saying they're MAGA. So the fact that they're not presenting that piece of the political ideology of the player base, but they are giving Alex a full pro-Trump conversation in his meeting of the family, tells me something. Love is Blind is MAGA. I do think this is all purposeful. Why wouldn't they show the other side of that attitude?
Because all of the men are MAGA and they don't want us to know that.
Right.
That's my guess.
But that also is a casting decision. That at some point they are like, do we put openly MAGA people into this show or not? The answer now is yes.
Yeah. So again, I feel like I said this in a previous episode. Was it the weddings episode? Maybe it was the weddings episode. I was saying how this year they're pushing two things. They're pushing Christianity, but very much white nationalist Christianity, and clearly they're pushing MAGA. And I'm really happy to see white people clocking in and clocking this, because I have been covering this show from its beginning. And I feel like I've been one of those people who gets gaslit a lot when I talk about the racism on Love is Blind. I get gaslit a lot. I get gaslit by non-Black people. I even get gaslit by Black people. Everything that happens on this show is not by happenstance. It's not by accident. Chris Colleen raggedy ass is pushing an initiative. He's pushing an initiative. He's pushing MAGA Trump. He's pushing the Trumpy narrative, and he's pushing white nationalist Christianity, right? And then when it comes to Black folks, he wants Black folks to be seen a certain way. He wants that struggle love. And if he can't get that struggle love, he's not going to show much of your backstory, which is why we have Dreads and Coretta. We don't really know their backstory. We don't really know their backstory. Yes, I'm happy that they seem to be they're the white diamonds of this season, but like, what do we know about Vic from this show? What do we know? What do we know? Literally, you got to go on Vic's Instagram for him to tell you about himself. He's making these videos. Let me see if I could find one of the videos.
Tap in some comments and DMs, messages I've been seeing around kind of where's my family from, what's my upbringing like, and I want to quickly just address that. So originally from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised back in the 90s. My mother immigrated from an island called Grenada, which is in the Eastern Caribbean. My father, he immigrated from an island called Barbados, so that's also in the Eastern Caribbean. He wasn't in my life, so I don't really have too much experiences with my Asian side of the family. So growing up, it was kind of this hybrid Brooklyn, New York, and Caribbean influence kind of upbringing in a lot of ways. So that could be everything from having good old American pie on one night to having Haitian black rice to trying the Dominican mangou or the Puerto Rican arroz con pollo or the Irish corned beef or the Pakistani naan, the Turkish baklava. Is just a big old melting pot just based off of the proximity of your friends, your friends' friends, your family friends, and so forth. So that's what it felt like growing up in Brooklyn in a lot of ways. And it was some back and forth, some summers in Grenada, running through the pastures and the countryside, Uncle David roasting the pigs, the whole nine. So yeah, that's a bit about my background. And I've seen the comments and messages around the latest drop of episodes, the wedding episodes. I can't comment on those yet. So I'm going to wait till the reunion drops, because the reunion will reveal all, and then we can chat then. So I appreciate the support deeply, and we'll chat soon.
That man said he loved John John. Okay, if you know, you know. Haitian black rice, John, period. Okay, but Vic is having to do a series of videos on his page because they didn't give him a story. And somebody in the comments was like, well, is Vic MAGA? I don't think Vic is MAGA. I don't know. But it supports my point, which is when it comes to Black folks, Chris Colleen, shout out to the members, Crisco, okay? Chris Colleen with his raggedy ass. If you are a Black man, okay? If you are a Black man on Love is Blind, he's not trying to flush out your story the way he will with other couples. Look at what happened with Dreads and Coretta. It's very, very clear. They didn't go down to the honeymoon until production was like at the very least halfway done. and they realized they needed something. Crisco lean with your raggedy ass. He realized he needed something of substance, a diamond of the season, because everybody else was on some BS. And so here you have dreads, and we hardly know nothing about Vic. We hardly know anything. You got his mom and his sister coming in on the day of the wedding. That was all on purpose. It's on purpose. I really hope him and Christine get to do a interview where they address why he was on there asking that lady to be his Coretta. But also, I want them to address the timeline of filming, because it's very clear that they were being played with. And I feel that, I said it before, I'll say it again, it was racist to have that black man filming himself the entire time. Like, and even down to the honeymoon. Again, Love is Blind. Chris Colleen with his raggedy ass is not new to SA allegations and SA lawsuits. So they sent two complete strangers to a honeymoon in Malibu with no production, no security, like nobody there to help supervise. What if something went left? As a matter of fact, I feel like Chris Colleen, raggedy ass, did that shit on purpose, hoping something would go left. And then now we have this black man who has a past, right? They focused on conversations that highlighted him having a past with the law. That's what they focused on when it came to this black man during Black Women's Month, during Black Women's Ramadan Mubarak Black Women's Month. Like, it's the racism, the MAGA agenda. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. Speaking of other people who I think don't get a good edit or are seen with respect, we have to acknowledge our brown brothers and sisters, our yellow, brothers and sisters, all the people of color, right? Like, we have to acknowledge the stuff that they go through. Priyanka, who I was hoping to see, she had this to say, because people kept asking her where the hell she was at.
Priyanka wants
story time. But before I get into it, I just want to thank everyone who's shown me so much love and support. Thank you to my brown baddies. It is so cool to be part of this community that continues to show up for each other. To the women and gays out there, I see you. And to the men who continue to celebrate the women in their lives, I have an amazing brother, an amazing father. Thank you for extending that love out to me. Going back to my dating, I have been dating for the past 11 years. Since my last long-term relationship. I have dated some really great guys. They just weren't for me. And I think it goes back to what I want in my life. I have made a really great life for myself. If someone is gonna come into my life, they are an added value. So
just real quick, Brett and Tiff, they hardly got camera time their season. Do y'all remember how they did Brett and Tiff? They hardly got camera time, and the network did not support that couple. Black love not getting the real support that it deserves.
A little bit more about my experience in the pods. The lounge experience, I think, was one of my favorites. I made lifelong friendships. We were so silly in there. We were playing beer pong, cornhole, teasing each other, making each other laugh, making drinks for each other. That is honestly one of my favorite parts. So I'm glad that they at least showed me in the lounge. What actually happened? Yes, I was dating. No, I was not a hired counselor in the lounge, though. That was a hilarious theory. There are so many other funny theories out there, and I've enjoyed reading every single one of them. As far as my dating goes, there are a couple guys that are being featured who I did have a connection with, and they were probably my top 3 to 4 people. So, I was actively dating as well. Ultimately, I did end up with one person. We made it to the end of the pod dating experience. Okay. I think it just wasn't, or I wasn't fully aligned. I didn't feel like this was a slam dunk. Because that feeling wasn't right, it also didn't feel right for me to stay. So I did make that decision for the both of us to leave the experiment. Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't really change anything that I did. I think I did end up with someone that I was most compatible with, but there just wasn't anyone really there for me to get engaged to and ultimately say that I've been engaged before. And that's really important to me. If you have any other questions, want to know anything more specific, I'm gonna.
Girl, you should have been more specific in that video. I want to know who you ended up with. Shout out to this comment. Thank you so much. Members, thank you so much. No, they do show Black love when it's embarrassing Black women. Don't forget that part. Exactly. Clay, I can't get married because my daddy cheated on my mama. Clay played in AD's face, played in that lady face, played in his mama face, played in his daddy face. That's what they focus on. And remember, in his interview that he did on the yellow couch, he was saying how he kind of alluded to being incentivized to stay on the show, even though they knew that he didn't want to stay. They knew he did not want to marry that lady. They knew. Edmund last year. Come on, Edmund and KB. The man clearly mentally was not well enough to do that experiment. But Chris Colleen, raggedy ass, when it comes to Black people, he believes that Black people only exist dysfunctionally when it comes to telling our stories. Specifically Black people, it has to be dysfunction. He does not see Black people capable of having healthy relationships, which is why when y'all say, in my last video, I talked about how y'all did not really ship Tiffany and Brett. And yes, like, listen, I'm not saying it was all Black people who didn't ship them, but let's just keep it above. They didn't get shipped. And Chris Colleen, raggedy ass, had everything to do with that. Brett, good looking guy, smart, great personality, treated Tiffany very, very well from the beginning. Tiffany was shining her teeth. Said, tout trente dans dehors. The only thing they went through that was bad was my sister was sleepy. That was it. She fell asleep in the cubicles. That was it. But they did not have the camera time that they deserved. Instead, we had to see other raggedy ass couples, some of which are still together today. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh, who went to the lady? Who went to see the voodoo lady to make this last? Okay. So yeah, I'm really happy to see white folks clocking in and seeing the BS, seeing the racism, and seeing the MAGA agenda. Also talking about Asian people continuously, like, it just be so like, I feel like when it comes to Asian people on these dating shows, maybe we need to see more Asian influencers talk about this, because to me, I'm just like, bruh, the way they just make it seem like y'all don't know where y'all at. Y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all don't understand nothing. Like it goes back to stereotypes that Asian people face when, like, in the beginning of their journey here in America. Just people looking at Asians like they don't know what the fuck is going on. Very like those stereotypes very much are played on. And I feel like Emma too, that was kind of played on too. I found this video of this Asian lady talking about it.
Transracial Asian American adoptees deserve better. I'm not even talking about this guy. They just didn't seem compatible. I want to talk about her experiences with white adoptive parents because, hi, my name is Dr. Yi. I'm a psychology professor who studies Asian American psychology. Longtime Love is Blind fan, and we saw some really interesting family dynamics with Emma that reminded me of this research. White adoptive parents were found to have colorblind approaches to raising their children, with one research participant saying that her adoptive mother used to tell me that she doesn't see color. She doesn't see me as being her Asian child. Literally, Emma's parents said the same thing in this scene, but we never thought of her as anything other than our family. While Emma's saying, I never felt good enough. I always felt different. I wasn't picked in dating in Ohio. And her parents seemed bewildered by this, asking her, was it because of your scars? And Emma said yes, but what was left unsaid was the fact that she's racially different, that growing up as an Asian American adoptee in Ohio probably wasn't easy. And her parents looked so hurt not knowing that Emma had experienced this whole time. Being a transracial Asian American adoptee comes with its own challenges and barriers that we need to recognize. And this might be a critique on the whole Love is Blind enterprise, but love is not colorblind. The world is not colorblind, and I think we can learn a lot from this example. Follow from our Asian American psychology from professor.
I was so happy to find this lady's video because I've been saying it in my humor, right? When will my reflection show? Like the message in that song, it coincides with what the fuck these Asians be going through on this show. The whole colorblind thing, the whole, oh no, I don't see. Yes, you do. Them people see your eyes and they see that skin. And no matter how, like even with the Asians who try to assimilate to whiteness, it's not working. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work, baby. You see, like, do y'all remember how frustrated I was reviewing the scene with Emma and her parents? I was already upset with the garlic bread family. But when Emma sat down and her parents was like, really? You was going through all that? Yes, bitch, I'm fucking Asian. Like, are y'all dumb? Do y'all remember her daddy and her mama like, oh, you know, she would lock herself up in the basement. We didn't know what was going on because she's different. It wasn't just the scars, it's her race. And white people just be thinking they could just white themselves into everything. So much so that they think their whiteness is going to cover people that have proximity to them too, which is why you got white folks who literally have Cubans or immigrants sleeping with them nightly, but they still voted for Trump. Like, it's like, bruh, I don't be wrong. I don't be wrong. I don't be wrong. I might miss the mark with my tone sometimes. I might miss the mark with my dark humor. I think I'm a very dark humor person, but I'm not wrong. Like, I be saying it. Like, and thank goodness this lady came in and clocked in. All right, let's move on. It's so much more things. I don't want to hold y'all. Y'all don't mind? What y'all got going on? Y'all at work? What y'all got going on? I guess we both at work, child. I still ain't eat nothing today. I'm hungry as hell. Let's move on to Chris. I'm sorry. This demonic Keebler elf. This, we represent the lollipop elf, the lollipop. Oh my God. The way white people been dragging the hell, and rightfully so. I've been enjoying it. You know, I love white on white violence. Baby, I've been enjoying it. The way them white people been dragging the hell out of Chris. Like, bruh. I found this page that did AI scenes and I screamed. I was hollering. Hold on. Hold on. Damn, I didn't realize it had the music on it. You know, nowadays, you know, I just got a copyright strike for a video from 10 days ago. Like, I'm sorry. This is just, honestly, I really feel like Chris Colleen raggedy ass, he's targeting me. He has to be. There was another creator who said that to me too. They were like, hey, Jess, I think you're being targeted. I'm like, yeah, it's gotta be, bro. There's just no way. A video from 10 days ago, please. Okay. Just stop with the lollipop game. No, and I will not stop. And I will not be stopped. Okay. That demonic Rumpelstiltskin looking elf had so much damn nerve. Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen, chat. Baby, they did these AI scenes and I... Look at this. Period. Period, Pooh. Period. Period, Pooh. Period. Period, Pooh. Period. The way, period, Pooh. Let me tell you something. The Anglo-Saxons have been having a period, Pooh. Period. I feel good watching this. Period. Yes. Take the Kiwi swindler down, ho. Yes. Period, Pooh. Period. I bet you he is. I bet you Chris Cole. Chris Colleen is crazy. Period, Pooh. Period. I saw a tweet somewhere where I'm screaming. I saw somewhere where somebody said they need to give all the Love Is Blind ladies a pew pew pew, and I agree. I agree. This season, the ladies should have all had a pew pew pew. Every last contestant except for Vic. And who else? Who was the guy that was Bree? Who was that guy, y'all? I don't forgot his name, child. But everybody else, my gosh. Okay, Jessica recently did an interview. Jessica recently did an interview where she said this. Let me see if I can find the clip. Hold on. This is good. This is good, y'all.
On that show, I think that they were so sick of hearing me talk about politics. I was happy to have conversations, but I would not be sleeping next to somebody who didn't feel the same way that I did on these issues. I couldn't control if people told the truth. When we got out of the pods, in particular, Chris didn't even have social media at that time. There was nowhere for me to go see, like, oh, who do you follow? Like, what's the actual story? People were like, what the hell was she doing? Like, if this is what she cares about, how could she be with this man? This is not the only man who has just straight up lied about what he believed in to gain access to me. I think that's disgusting. If you're so embarrassed about your beliefs that you have to lie about them in order to get what you want, who you want, maybe you need to get that a little bit. Nasty. I specifically asked everyone, like, did you vote for Trump? Are you a Trump supporter? And I talked just ad nauseum about human rights because that is such a pillar of my life and what I believe in and who I am and the people that I love. I made that extremely clear. You know, I talked a huge amount about human rights in all capacities, really, abortion, everything, something that I feel very blessed to feel so strongly about because it's a great filter. Do you care about other people or do you not?
Yo. The fact that they didn't include none of that in these edits, again, it goes to what that white guy was saying, the white man at the beginning. I can't remember his name, but he was saying Chris Colleen, raggedy ass, Love Is Blind, they are pushing MAGA forward. And the way, when you think about it too, right? The way everybody else MAGA slips didn't show, but they centered that the edit around Mag Ashley and George Washington, her daddy, to the point where even as someone who's not a MAGA supporter, as a viewer, I'm forced to be like, you know what I mean? Like, that was done on purpose. All of that is done on purpose. Yes, this chat strictly for the members. Everybody's watching it, but the chat is strictly for the members. This is for the members, strictly for the members. I forgot to announce that. So they had MAGA men and women who weren't. Literally. They were literally putting these women in danger zone. In the danger zone, knowing that this is not what these women were looking for. And I wouldn't even be surprised if some of the male contestants were encouraged to keep it cute when it came to political discussions, because by now we all know that they're coached to have these conversations before they go into the cubicles. We all know that now, right? Y'all know that. If you've been following this channel, you know that none of these conversations are happening by accident. They're not feeding anybody lines, but when you're going, we've had several people from the show come on my channel. We have one coming this week, and they will tell you, hey, before they go into the cubicles, these are the conversations that we're told to have on that day. Because at the same time, they have to keep the story moving forward. They have an experiment to do, right? So they can't just rely on you going into the cubicles not saying nothing. There's danger in the land. They had a whole bunch of knitters. A whole bunch of knitters dating these women. Like a whole bunch of knitters in these cubicles with these women, putting their lives in danger. Speaking of knitters, apparently Chris is being sued. Now, I don't know how real this is. Let me just preface by saying this. I don't know how real this is.
$3,000 in credit card debt. Not only does this guy suck, he's also deep in credit card debt. It keeps trying to tell Bree he needs to like put her on. It makes a lot of sense for him that he was intimidated by just his success. I mean, she's a doctor and he's addicted to spending money he doesn't have. She dodged a bullet so hard, it's not even funny. So happy he showed his evil side before she made it to the altar. The more I learn about this guy, the worse it gets.
Right. And this was the same leprechaun. Rumpelstiltskin was the one telling Bree that she can't take Connor to see her dad because he ain't got a Charles Schwab. Remember that conversation? Oh, he ain't got no Charles Schwab. You can't take Connor to go see your MAGA daddy and you ain't got no Charles Schwab. This is the same man. Oh, let's go down to the Four Seasons. Oh, it was just turning me off because you were hanging around so many losers. This man owes $63,000 in credit card debt. Mind you, I'm going to tell you something right now, and this is no shade, but whatever you spend on a credit card, you should be able to pay it back the next month. That's how I was always taught. Don't spend nothing on no credit card that you can't pay back the next month. They tried pushing MAGA agenda on Love Island USA. Yep, this past season they sure did. Oh Lord, it's going to get worse in the recent Paramount. Oh, you better believe it. Thank you so much for the super chat. You better believe it. I'm really happy we're having these conversations. You better believe it. It's going to get worse. Yeah. What was he? Well, clearly he wasn't spending it on his height. Okay. Clearly he wasn't spending it on his height. Apparently Bree had this to say about Chris in an interview that she did. And Bree, girl, you was not it.
And it just got a lot messier because Brianna is now revealing what viewers never saw on the show. And it involves Chris. She recently appeared on a podcast and exposed a ton of new information. You guys need to see what she said. Brianna is engaged to Connor on Love is Blind. Chris, meanwhile, had just broken off his engagement with Jessica after telling her that he wasn't physically attracted to her.
A different type of body? Does fucking Pilates every day, or someone who's working out every day.
Not long after that breakup, the cast had a group mixer. That's when Chris told Brianna that she should have been his choice, said she was his number 2 in the pods, and compared himself to her fiance, Connor, all while knowing she was engaged. But according to Brianna, that wasn't even the full story. She just went on a podcast and said Chris had already crossed boundaries before that night.
He messaged me on Instagram, and this man was in the pods telling me he doesn't even have an Instagram. And as he goes on to say some things, they were slightly inappropriate in some ways. And
she explained that she thought their conversations were friendly. So when he suddenly started flirting, it caught her completely off guard.
Girl, you loved it. You loved every moment of it. Pa-da-pa-pa-pa. You was down to the McDonald's. Pa-da-pa-pa-pa. You was down to the McDonald's cap. The cap don't care who wear it. The cap don't care who wear it. You are a capaholic. You were entertaining. You were entertaining the conversation. Literally.
Romantic POV.
One Love is Blind storyline just got a lot messier because Brianna is now
I think she's full of it. And also too, I think that when it came to Bree, remember how upset she was that Chris wasn't really checking for her post the cubicles that she want a do-over. I need a do-over. I need a do-over. I need a do-over. So when he was finally giving her what she wanted, she was happy. She liked it. She liked it. And also, you just going back to this man's, this man owns $63,000 in credit cards, right? Imagine you have that amount of debt, because there's no telling what other debt he has, but you're sitting in Jessica's face making comments about her body, but you're literally drowning in debt. As I've said from the beginning of this season, this show, Love is Blind, it gives these men a dangerous level of delusions of desirability. Because if you really look at Chris, there's nothing to desire. There's nothing to desire. He can't see over the counter. He can't see over the counter. Okay? Can't see over the counter. This is Chris. They said this is Jess and Chris coming to the hold on. They said this is Jessica and Chris coming down to the reunion. The man can't see over the counter. And what didn't I say he gives Lord Farquhar? Didn't I say the man gives Lord Farquhar? Lord Farquhar, Rumpelstiltskin, can't see over the counter. Don't got money like that. Don't got it like that. So the moment he went into Jessica's home and saw how that lady was living, Jessica has 4 closets. 4 closets. Do y'all remember what Jessica's bedroom looked like? Recently, I did research and I saw that Jessica, like in the Jewish language, means the wealthy one. And I was like, oh, see? And a lot of people would think wealth is always like monetary. No, I feel like wealth is always, you're always going to be good. You're going to be good in every hood. And when I tell you Jessica on this show, she personified that. She's good. She's going to be good. Even in her exit, when she was like, I'm going to be good. I built a beautiful life for myself. I'm always going to be good. Exactly. When that demonic elf, Keebler elf who looks like a cross between an albino rat and a drunk deer came into that lady's house and saw how she was living, he immediately had to say something to her that he knew would hit her hard. And he had to talk about her body. And men will do that. That's another thing. That's one of the things that makes this show really good, even though Chris Colleen is still raggedy. Yes, exactly. A rich spirit. Yep. A rich spirit. That's a Jessica for you. Think of the Jessicas you know. They always gonna be good. Okay, now don't y'all be calling me Jessica now. I'm Jessie to y'all. Y'all be calling me Jessica and I'll be like, excuse me. Se baka malado. Ewo, ma kompon. Baka malado no. Mwen lem paret se thejessiewoo. Thejessiewoo. Okay? Some of y'all now be calling me Tati. I'll take it. Okay? But baby, the moment he saw how that lady was living, he had to say something that was going to hurt her. And it was her appearance, because we all care about our appearance. He wanted to say something to her that was now going to make her chase him down. It's like a cat and mouse game. Okay, I reeled you in. Now I'm going to make you chase me. I'm going to break you down emotionally. And now I'm going to make you chase me. Now you're going to chase me. You're going to think I'm better than you. Like, it was like the audacity. Let's move on. Is there anything else about, did I miss anything else about Chris? Okay, let's get into Alex and MAGA Ashley, child. When I tell you the Anglo-Saxons been giving MAGA Ashley her lashings. And here I was happy that she was giving the Kiwi swindler his lashings. I said in my review, I felt like her speech sounded rehearsed. Like I said that in my review, but I didn't care because I wanted to see the Kiwi swindler get swindled. But apparently they had a swindle plan. Okay. So Love is Blind Alex and Ashley agreed to break up before the wedding. Okay. So this is Alex. What people don't know is that I had a conversation with Ashley off camera. Okay. So what people don't know is I had a conversation with Ashley off camera the day before the wedding. Alex says, I was like, hey, we didn't get there, but I thank you for being my partner through this. I really didn't want her to get blindsided. It was a quick conversation, met with a, okay, I respect that from her. And that was that. I was going into the ceremony thinking we were going to politely just be like, hey, it wasn't it. So if the couple already knew that the wedding wasn't going to happen, why did they go up to the altar? Ashley said that she still wanted to go through with the ceremony because of her personal convictions. I needed to see, so this is Ashley. I needed to see this thing all the way through, not only for the experiment, but for myself, Ashley said. My dad always says the best thing he ever taught his kids is how to make a decision. I'm a fighter. So if I have an argument with the person that I love, I'm going to fight through that. I'm not just going to go and run and hide and ghost him. I'm going to give him the opportunity to show me that he can be the man that I deserve. But my thing is, where was Alex going to show you that he could be the man that you deserve? See, Magga Ashley, see, this is where I gotta give you your lashings now. Because from the beginning of the experiment, I said this about Ashley. Put your coochie down, pick up your brain. The reason why you stayed that long, Ashley, is because that Kiwi swindler had some good zuzu. Let's keep it a buck. That's why you were begging for period sex. The girl was begging this man for period sex. That's how good the Kiwi swindle was at slinging that zozo. That's why you are picking with your coochie, not your brain. Let's keep it above. You want to stay in there as long as you could to get that Kiwi zozo. Let's be real. You was getting that Kiwi swindler dick. Let's just keep it above. You were begging. We have you in 4K begging for period sex. Begging for period sex. Hello? Let's not rewrite history, boo. Let's not rewrite history. And see, if this was a dude, we'd be looking at him we would be looking at him like he's a weirdo. Wow, you did all that for some cooch? Yes, the men do that all the time. These men that go on this show, they literally go for free coochie and a free vacay. Let's just keep it above. They go, I am convinced the men who go on Love is Blind they go on there to get flued out to Mexico and get some free coochie. That's it. Let's just keep it above. Can we just be honest? Chris Colleen with his raggedy ass, he knows that these men ain't got nothing. So a free trip to Mexico, hell yeah. All these men see when they see that Love is Blind application is a free trip to Mexico and some coochie on the side. That's all they see. Mbalo Mexique, Mbalo Bouboun. Mexique, Bouboun. On Chris Colleen's cheap dime. Because it's always the same resort. So clearly y'all ain't paying for it. Okay? Bouboun, vacances. Let nèg yo where the Love is Blind application say Bouboun, vacances. Cooch, vacation. Say it with me, class. Cooch, vacation. Bouboun, vacances. Bouboun, vacances. Don't say I don't be teaching y'all nothing. That was y'all Creole lesson for the week. Thank you so much. What's next? So there apparently is some more tea, child. It's so much tea. I should have made myself some breakfast and ate it while we was here. Oh, Lord. Yep, a bunch of homosexuals. Yep.
The Barbie allegedly was in contact with her sneakily the entire time that she was living in the shared apartments with Alex. Now, I don't give a damn. Because was you and Alex even really together? You said that he was like a roommate. You said y'all wasn't fucking. So did you slide back to something old because he wasn't putting it down the way he was supposed to be? Is that what happened? Let me tell you what I know. Now, if you don't listen to the Reality Receipts podcast, I don't know what to tell you because we give you all the tea over there first. So make sure you're listening. Now, I don't condone debauchery, okay? But if anyone deserves debauchery to be done to them, it's Alex. I'm sorry. But allegedly, Ashley was in contact with her sneaky link ex-situationship the entire time that she was living in the shared apartments with Alex. Now, a little birdie slid into my DM with this tea on Ashley. It says, Ashley has been dating another man since filming in the apartments after the pause. Not sure if it'll be shown on the show. She did say Netflix gave her a villain edit, which I think that she was with Alex and Alex was so horrible that she just was going to come off good no matter what. She reconnected with a guy she had been talking to for a while before the show and ended up hooking up with him while living with Alex. Her and this new guy are part of a well-known popular group of people who go out in Cleveland. Best friends with the Cleveland influencers, the Snipes twins, who will be at the wedding on the show. Now, I don't know what the Snipes twins look like, so I don't know if they was at the wedding, but I did check their Instagram following. They only follow 88 people, and Ashley is one of those people. She was with this new guy before filming for the wedding, but went through with it anyway, knowing she was going to say no to Alex. Alex also ends up saying no to her. Now, I got this DM about Ashley weeks ago, okay? I needed some receipts. So as you can see here, I said, wow, that's crazy. Do you have the Instagram of the guy she's currently dating? They did provide me with the Instagram. However, we don't need to dox the guy, right? Ashley does follow him. He does follow Ashley. And of course, I ask for receipts. Are there any receipts to corroborate this? Pictures of her and this guy together during filming, maybe before filming, slightly after, text, anything. While I cannot show you the text, because if I show you the text, it will be very obvious where they came from. And while I can't show you the picture because it will be very obvious where it came from, if you know anything about me, you know that I have seen some shit with my own eyes. And what I did see was a text of Ashley reaching out to this guy March 21st, which is during filming. I was also provided a photo that was allegedly from a surprise birthday party that Ashley threw for him. And this photo was dated for April 12th. Keep in mind that Alex and Ashley did go to the altar together, and those wedding dates were around April 9th. So the week of April 9th, right? So we had some weddings on April 9th. So a few days after going to the altar with Alex, she was allegedly throwing this sneaky link a birthday party, and I have the photos from that party. So to me, it's very telling. What do you guys think of this? Because on one hand, it's like, I don't blame Ashley, right? Alex was such a douche. He was a liar. She didn't see a future with him. He's not touching her because of her period. She said that they were like roommates, so they weren't being physical, weren't being intimate with one another. Does this actually count as cheating because she didn't officially break off the engagement? You've seen Ashley pressuring him about girls, talking about cheating, talking about how she doesn't talk to any of her exes, how she's not in communication with anybody. And I think at one point, Alex even said to her, have any like situations that like weren't actually a relationship, and she was like, no. And I don't know, at the end of this episode where he was like, Ashley has skeletons too, I feel like he knew some shit. I feel like he was hinting at some shit. That does make it a little bizarre, make it a little awkward, like, because she was pressing him hard about exes, hard about cheating, hard about timelines, hard about this. So if you had your little sneaky link in the corner the whole time, I mean, good for you. I'm just playing. But apparently it's well known in the Ohio streets that Ashley and this guy, I'm gonna call him Big D. We just gonna call him D. Okay. Oh. Apparently it's in the streets that D and Ashley are a thing, not official, but official, like kind of always sliding back to each other, hooking up, like unofficially together type situationship. Yeah, apparently he's been in the picture even while she was filming. So that's the tea. What do you guys think?
I mean, I believe it. Obviously, story time with Ricky, she's always going to have the receipts. She does not just take to her page and say anything. She does take her time. Like even at the beginning of the season with the whole the Steve guy who was alleged to be an SA'er, like her and I were in communication about that. Like I was telling her, hey, I was kind of like giving her advice on how to approach it. So she really is very careful with sharing this stuff. So whenever she says something, just know it's the truth. Just know it's the truth. Can I just say I love you? I sit in the back all the time, but I sincerely love you here. Oh, thank you so much, Luna. I love you too. Thank you for your super chat. That was very sweet. But knowing now that this was all happening and then going back to MAGA Barbie at story time where Ricky called her MAGA Ashley's whole speech at the altar about integrity. You didn't have integrity either. And then like, you're a maggot. You're a maggot, right? Like, thank you for the entertainment. Thank you for the lashings. I'm gonna still give you your baddie's chain because I love seeing a swindler get swindled, because obviously Alex told Ashley that with the expectation that they were going to go to the altar and they would just be like, yeah, we just, you know, and he wasn't expecting for MAGA Ashley to go rehearse an entire speech with her daddy, George Washington. He wasn't expecting that. And you know what's crazy? He should have. The way MAGA daddy was down to that lunch, giving Alex all types of lashings, you would think you would have expected worse. You and your mama, who's also a fraud, just like you, y'all should have expected worse. These are maggots we're talking about. Like, you should have expected worse. When I tell you they're not here for her speech, child. Hold on, let me see some of these videos, child. Hold on.
To represent everything that is now wrong with Love is Blind. And I'm not even talking about her terrible attempt at a read at the altar, because as others have pointed out, you really cannot be a Trump supporter and attempt to read somebody for not being a good person. Like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You are also a terrible person. So the fact that he's a terrible person is not something you can try to read him for, okay? Pot, meat, kettle. But that's actually not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that she clearly knew for many, many days, potentially even weeks, that she wasn't going to marry this man, but kept going anyway. Like, you definitely knew when you were trying on the dress. You definitely knew at your little bachelorette party. You definitely knew while you were in the apartments that you weren't going to marry him. Everything you said in that dumb attempted read confirms the fact you weren't going to marry him, but you kept on. Why? Probably because you were trying to like audition for Perfect Match or some other show, which is what I think a lot of people on this show do. Y'all know basically as soon as you get about the pods, after you've spent a few days in Cabo, you don't want to be together anymore, but you keep stretching it for what? For why? What are we doing? Like, clearly it's not because you were in love with him. And that is the problem this show is having. Like, y'all aren't in love. Love, in fact, is not blind. And that is what is making this show struggle.
Period. She said it all. It is just a long audition. Perfect Match and whatever else is going to come up. Whatever is down the Netflix pipeline for you guys to continue to be reality stars. I even saw a post where MAGA Ashley like made a post like thanking different producers. She had taken pictures with the producers and stuff. Like, she's definitely looking forward to getting on Perfect Match. It's clear. And Jesse, you know they're not going to address any of these issues or comments at the reunion. Of course, you know the lattes ain't going to address nothing. Come on now. Come on now. I want y'all to see this lady dragging Ashley. Baby, I said, ooh, the Anglo-Saxons ain't having it with your ass. They're not having it with you.
Love is Blind is a very good example of a woman who feels comfortable expressing her sexual needs because she's been viewed as classically beautiful and attractive by many people her entire life, and she's been validated in that way. So throughout this season, you could see how she's really refined the art of seduction and how she feels comfortable expressing herself in this way. However, that self-expression stops there. Unfortunately, I do not see Ashley being comfortable expressing any other basic need to her partner, Alex. She has the need for a stable life, a protector, somebody who tells the truth, somebody who is honest. And every time you can see her intuition flare up, like there is a red flag that comes up, she doesn't really push him. She doesn't hold him accountable. And the only need she ever comes back to is sex. But I think there's so much more that's missing here. And I think her intuition is screaming at her. Like, I can feel the tension and her fear and distress through the screen. Like, I know this girl's intuition is just yelling at her, but she has a disconnect. She doesn't know how to hear her inner voice and speak her truth for real if it's not something sexual, which makes me really sad. My hope is that throughout this season, she can start really holding him accountable to the things that make her uncomfortable. For instance, she kind of edged into his timeline and brought up some red flags there, but she didn't push him very far. And she had to play the cool girl. She had to be chill.
And I just want to pause this for a second because this creator obviously made this video before the wedding episodes, right? But she's right. MAGA Ashley, all she asked Alex for was period sex and chicken nuggets. Those were the only things she truly, truly required from Alex was period sex and chicken nuggets. And even post the period sex debacle, remember, probably the next episode, they were golfing, they were indoor golfing. And then she said, yeah, I'm gonna give me some Zozo today. Or maybe I already got some. It was clear she finally got her sex, right? That was all she was asking him for. It kind of gives very much like she is like a red pillars princess. A MAGA red pillars princess. And I think this young lady is doing such a good job at pointing out why she is the way she is because look at her. She has the pretty privilege. And here's the thing, right? I'm gonna say something else that just clicked in my mind. In Ashley's mind, she has had so much pretty privilege that even while being with the Kiwi swindler who would literally tell her, you're not my preference, women with darker skin and darker hair are my preference, she still stuck by him because there's clearly no way. Once I'm in the room, I'm your preference. Look at the material. There's just clearly no way that your preference outweighs how I look. I think that is how Ashley shows up. But the problem with that is when you listen to Ricky's story, right, is even with all that pretty privilege, ain't nobody marrying you. You still ain't got the ring. I'm not saying you ain't gonna get it, but you ain't got the ring. You ain't got the ring. So here you are doing all this MAGA tootsie rolling and dick begging and begging for chicken nuggets, and you're not getting anything. You're not getting anything. And that, very light skin behavior. Hello. She's a knitter too. Both Ashley and Alex, two knitters. Let's move on. Okay. People were saying that wait, hold on. Is this another video? I think this is another Anglo-Saxon. Hold on.
Florida with a phenomenal house, potential trust in Dubai, and a safe house in Queenstown, New Zealand.
I can't play this because of the music, but they dragging Alex for Phil. Like when I tell you, white people been having a ball. White people been having a ball dragging the Kiwi swindler left and right. Left and right. Apparently him and his mama did a podcast too.
Has a podcast. And in this podcast, I learned that his name only became Alex Henderson in 2020. Yeah.
Lord.
He legally changed his name. So a lot of Reddit sleuths have been sleuthing and realized that Alex's name when he played soccer was Alec Farrell. But on Love is Blind, his name is Alex Henderson. So why is it different? Well, if you watch the first part of this recap, you'll know that Alex's biological father was not a part of his life, and he had a stepfather named John. Well, when Alex was a baby, John ended up legally adopting him, making his last name Farrell. But obviously, Alex and his stepfather, John, did not have a good relationship. He does not like John. So he said he wanted to reclaim his last name, which is Henderson. That's his biological father's last name. So in 2020, he legally changed his last name to Henderson. But he still doesn't explain how he went from Alec to Alex. Like, that is still a mystery to me. He does not talk about that.
He on the run. Him and his puss ass mama is on the run. And there were breakdowns about how his mom ain't really his mama. Now I ain't gonna go into that because I don't know that lady and I don't care. But apparently there's like a whole Reddit thread and the Anglo-Saxons are on that lady head. lashings. Yes, lashings. Love to see it. Okay, let's move on. I think this is the last thing about Alex.
So this creator found Alex Henderson, Alec Farrell, whatever his name is, on Hinge. He's literally on Hinge just a few days before the reunion. This is hilarious. We need to go through it. First of all, he put his freaking wedding photo from Love is Blind. What?
Take account though.
Like, why would you do that? I go crazy for Joe Rogan. Okay, well, best travel story. I went swimming and surfing with manta rays in the Great Reefs. I fell 60% of the time, all the time. What? That doesn't make any sense. Truth, truth, and a lie. I have abs. I make 6 figures a year. I was a college athlete. No one cares. This is crazy though. I mean, it could be a fake Hinge, but I'm pretty sure it's real. I can't remember.
Do y'all think it's fake? IDK.
There he is.
I feel like it might be. You never know. This is the same man who's living with Devontae now. You never know. You really never know with these homosexuals. You just don't know. Next, all right. Let's get into Amber and Jordan.
It reported that the couple actually got divorced 3 months after they got married. And it seems like they will be addressing the divorce in the reunion that premieres next week. And there are rumors going around that Jordan actually packed up all his things and left while Amber was at work. I wish I were surprised. I feel bad for Amber. She seems very sweet. And I wish nothing but the best for her and her daughter. But it seems like Jordan truly did not want to be married because he did not want to compromise at all. He really needed to be close to bars and restaurants and concerts. And that part did make sense. Like, you're married now. So yeah, you could still go to concerts, bars, restaurants, whatever. You're going to do it with Amber most of the time. So why is the commute to things that you're possibly only going to be doing during the weekend more important than, for example, Amber's daughter being near her school? Like, it truly makes no sense. You could tell he did not want to compromise at all. A 1 hour commute to go to concerts and restaurants and bars during the weekend is not that bad. And there are rumors going around that Jordan and Amber actually agreed to say no before the wedding. It's being said that since Amber was asked first and she said yes, Jordan felt being reported that the couple actually got divorced 3 months after they got married.
About this? I didn't bother to look. I should have called attorney. But you know what? Simone, she's in Bali right now. She's in Bali having the time of her life. So, and speaking of Simone Redwine, I'm actually coming up with another show that I need to talk to her about. But I didn't bother to look this up. But apparently people are saying that they applied for a divorce 3 months afterwards. Also, I feel like I saw this on Storytime with Ricky's page that apparently their storyline, like, we didn't see much. We saw a lot, but didn't see a lot. Like, some things really didn't make sense. For instance, what she said was that they had a very tumultuous relationship while filming, but it didn't air. So now when I think about, remember when they were down to the bar and Amber left, and she left in anger when she overheard Jordan telling the guys that he's worried about, like, meeting her daughter and meeting her dad. I thought that was, like, interesting. I'm like, damn, maybe she misheard what he said. But now when I hear this, it tells me she left that bar angry about something else. It was deeper than that. I'm mad she dragged her daughter into it. Can I give an unpopular opinion, y'all? Unpopular opinion. And I know, listen, like, I'm not a parent, so I don't understand the plight of parents, right? Parents deserve love too. Let me make that clear. Parents deserve love too. I'm just not a fan of people who have children coming on the show. I think it should be for people who have no kids. Because the way these kids now get involved in this, like, we're not even talking about like seeing them on camera. And that's something that they're going to have to seek for the rest of their lives, right? But this experience is insane. It's too insane to bring kids into. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all let me know. Am I wrong? I mean, I know I can't really be wrong on an opinion, but like, it's just my personal opinion. Okay, me too. I agree. Okay, I agree. Hold on. Why is it not letting me? Oh yeah. I agree. Not unpopular at all. Okay. I'm sorry. As a stepmom, I wholeheartedly believe you should not be on the show with kids. Thank you. Like, I just feel like this is like this process. It's a lot in a very short amount of time. Y'all are like, it's already difficult for the adults. Do y'all remember this wedding? Do y'all remember like the roller coaster of emotions we saw her daughter go through while sitting there? Confusion, surprise, shaking her head, okay, sad, crying, happy. Like, it's too much. It's just too much. Like, I felt for little Emma. I felt for our little niece. I agree. I'm a single mother and I absolutely would never. Yeah, I don't know. And again, y'all, like, nowadays when you say something, it's like, oh no, guys, I think everybody deserves love. Single mothers, single dads, like single parents, y'all deserve love. I just don't know if this is a healthy experiment for kids. Because here's the thing too, you don't know what's going on in that other person's mind. A lot of these people, let's just keep it a buck, they getting on here for the blue check and whatever green check they can chase afterwards. Okay. So some of these folks are using y'all kids as props. That needs to be a conversation. When y'all be going on these shows, these dating shows, and y'all bringing y'all kids, like some of these people that y'all link with, they're using your children as props. Okay? It looks good now. That I'm with this person who has kids. Now they get to be the Prince Charming, the stepdaddy charming. It's weird. Then Lilar, the Lilar of it all. I'm saying, y'all, I don't know, y'all. I think we got to leave the kids off this. We got to leave the kids out of this, man. And I really love Fiona and Shrek. Y'all know, I believe. This is my couple right here. So apparently Amber is fighting back and she posted these texts.
Amber and Jordan were not supposed to get married. I don't care what anybody says. No one can convince me that these two were actually supposed to get married. This was her face when Jordan said yes. You could tell she was shocked, okay? Now, if you listen to the Reality Receipts podcast, we've been telling you for a long time that Little Birdies told us that there was a couple that went to the altar that agreed to say no and then actually ended up saying yes at the altar. That couple was Amber and Jordan. They previously agreed to say no. She got up there and said yes. I believe Jordan was like, oh no. You're not about to make me look bad. You're not about to make me say no in front of your daughter and all your family. Yes. It's a yes for me too. You could just tell by everyone's reaction in the audience. They are in pure shock. They are utterly confused. They looking around at each other. They like, what? Shock. Even the daughter, shock, okay? I'm sure Amber told her, like, listen, baby, this is just for play. We're going to be on TV. Mommy's going to dress like a princess, but this is not real. The answer is going to be no. And everybody was like, you could tell that everybody thought that the answer was going to be no. Now, I found Amber and Jordan to be very cute this season. I mean, there are some flags for me. The fact that he wants to live by the bars, the fact that we really don't know if he had a job or not.
Move on from this because actually it wasn't even the video I meant to play, but shout out to Ricky. She story time with Ricky gonna have all the tea. But she has the text messages that apparently Amber posted when she saw everybody talking about her and Jordan allegedly getting a divorce.
From Love is Blind has dropped some receipts trying to clear up some of the rumors that are circulating online about her and Jordan right now. Let's get into it because I have some thoughts. This is the first receipt she posted. She said, clearing all the rumors that we were both going to say no, and she showed a text to producer. Now, I can't help but personally think that this is directed towards me and Ashley of the Reality Receipts podcast, because we've been telling you guys for weeks that the Ohio streets have been saying that this wedding was supposed to be a no. It was supposed to be a no, and everybody was shocked that it was a yes. Anywho, this is what she had to say. Pause to read if you want to read it yourself. But she says, hey, I just wanted to clarify my stance because I know last night was confusing. For me, it's still a yes, and it's always been a yes, even when I was hurt last Thursday. I now totally understand Jordan's skepticism. However, I think it is very important for us to talk this past week for me to truly understand that if he says no on Sunday, we were still planning on going forward with our relationship regardless. I know he is dead set on saying no right now, and I have decided not to pressure him, but he does still have the chance to meet Emma tomorrow, which may change everything again. We have made it clear to each other that we are okay either way, even if he isn't ready to say yes Sunday. It has definitely made our relationship stronger, and I have noticed a good change in him. He was already great. It is a lot of me to ask him to be ready before he meets Emma. I'm
sorry. This is bad. I don't know why Amber would even post this, because you're clearly confirming what Ricky was saying, that it was always supposed to be a no. So Jordan was saying no. You're confirming what Ricky was saying.
Again, he may meet her tomorrow and be over the moon, but regardless, I am comfortable with him saying no Sunday if he wants to wait. The bottom part, which is really...
Yeah, exactly. IDK, why she even said yes. What was the point? Exactly. Exactly. Girl, the room ain't coming out nothing. I will explain in the members. I will explain in the members about this room. The members know what's been going on with my content room, child. But am I wrong? But maybe I'm cuckoo. Let me restart it.
Me to truly when I was hurt. This is what she had to say. Pause to read if you want to read it yourself. But she says, hey, I just wanted to clarify my stance because I know last night was confusing. For me, it's still a yes, and it's always been a yes, even when I was hurt last Thursday. I now totally understand Jordan's skepticism. However, I think...
I'm sorry to pause this again, y'all. But still wanting to bring him around your child when he stated no. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, it really might. Y'all joking. Let's just hope it don't. This is bad.
I think it is very important for us to talk this past week for me to truly understand that if he says no on Sunday, we were still planning on going forward with our relationship regardless. I know he is dead set on saying no right now, and I have decided not to pressure him, but he does still have the chance to meet Emma tomorrow, which may change everything again. We have made it clear to each other that we are okay either way, even if he isn't ready to say yes Sunday. It has definitely made our relationship stronger, and I have noticed a good change in him. He was already great. It is a lot of me to ask him to be ready before he meets Emma. Again, he may meet her tomorrow and be over the moon, but regardless, I am comfortable with him saying no Sunday if he wants to wait. The bottom part, which is really, really hard to read, says something up along the lines of, if him and I did not have these talks, I would have ran and pushed him out of my life forever, something like that. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to prove, because this still to me says that it was going to be a no, which is what the streets were saying, that this was not supposed to be a yes, and everybody was in shock. I think we could see that from everyone's reaction in the audience, including her daughter, that they were in a pure state of shock that it was a yes. Even Amber's face was shocked. She did leave me a message on my Instagram that she's just neurodivergent. It takes her a minute to process information, and that's why her face looked like that. I guess she wanted to prove that she was always going to say yes, even if it was a no for Jordan. But I think the end result remains the same. The end result is the same, that it was supposed to be a no. Also very confused why they were going to get married without her daughter. That's such a huge change for her daughter. Her daughter was at the wedding. Like, I would be like, how could you not meet my daughter until wedding day? Like, that's just a little strange, no? The second text thread was clearing the rumors that I did not actually give Jordan the silent treatment after we fall. I don't know why he said that during filming. Now, I hadn't heard this rumor. I didn't know that this was a rumor. I think that this is more so to Jordan because he said that on film. However, what we saw on camera was him trying to talk to her and she was passed out. And like, so I guess that's what he considered the silent treatment. I don't consider that the silent treatment. I consider that her being hammered and passed out and not able to talk to anyone. Shit. However, these were her receipts proving that. Pause to read. I guess this is Jordan reaching out to her and saying, I think we should talk. I hate that I have to go to work right now. So he do got a job. Him saying, I'm not going to give up on you. Now, this is confusing. Jordan talked about he's stuck in the apartment. She talked about, I'm going to have somebody let you out. Why y'all can't get out the apartment? What's going on? And he goes on to say that he wants to have a conversation. So I guess this was to prove that she didn't give him the silent treatment, which, okay. The last one was clearing the rumors that we were not on the same page. Again, this is not a rumor that I heard, but this is her sending that production message to Jordan and saying, I sent that to Laura just now to kind of clarify. And then he goes on to say, that's a really good message. I appreciate what you said about me. It's important for me that you know that I'm still 100% in this with you and will continue to be. Also appreciate you sending that to her since, you know, I've been feeling shitty about the whole thing. That makes me feel better. Of course, he's feeling shitty about like saying no. Again, I don't know that I heard any rumors that they weren't on the same page. The Reality Receipts podcast.
This is weird. My head hurts. My head hurts. This is weird. Thank you so much for the super chat. If I was on one of these shows, I'd be radio silent until the whole thing aired. They get themselves in trouble trying to address every opinion or rumor, just digging a deeper grave for themselves. Thank you. Because like, girl, the way you prove the tea to be piping hot, Love is Blind needs to stop casting people with kids. It might be harsh, but kids don't need to be involved in a romantic. Please, Chris Colleen with your raggedy ass, Chelsea with your raggedy ass. Oh my God, this is crazy. If this isn't the poster child for why people with churn, can you shut up? Thank you so much for the super chat. If this isn't the poster child for why people with churn shouldn't do these shows, IDK, what is? Thank you. Makes me wonder about Lila and them and Bennett kids. I'm sorry. Like, it's just so much going on. People with kids, please. People with kids don't belong on the show. I'm sorry. Because as you just heard her read those text messages, Amber was willing to do this without her daughter. So your daughter was just gonna wake up one day and it's a man in here in my snack cabinet and y'all married? What? Let's move on. Y'all, I could be here all day. Y'all know. Y'all know. My head hurts. I hadn't watched because whenever I be putting this stuff together, I don't watch the full videos before I do my live. So I'm just as confused and shocked as y'all. Let's move on, y'all. Let's move on. No neck. I have a lot of thoughts here. No Neck has seen all the talk about him asking for a prenup. And he said this: apparently driving a Honda and asking for a prenup after 21 days is controversial now. Maybe I should have waited 22 days so it sounded more romantic. In reality, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all not seeing it? Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. No Neck. Apparently driving a Honda Civic and asking for a prenup after 21 days is controversial now. Maybe I should have waited 22 days so it sounded more romantic. In reality, I've never been a super materialistic person. A prenup is a smart financial decision that protects both people, and a Honda is just a smart car that actually lasts. Shout out to Honda for building cars. Shut your ass up. You clearly trying to get a deal, and they're not gonna give it to you or your missing neck. Shut your ass up. Okay, and you a catfish, because in the girlies, the people that exposed you, the Anglo-Saxons is on your ass. They exposed you for being a catfish with your profile picture. Because who is this? And who, auntie? Shut your ass up, okay? Please be quiet. Okay. Brittany responded to all the backlash that she's received. And let me say this. Damn, I didn't use I didn't put my disclaimer, child, my PSA, child, that I have to put on for Love is Blind. Let me say this. I think that contestants of Love is Blind, just a word of advice, just the criticism is really not personal. We're using this show to have discussions about shit that we're all going through. Well, most of us are going through when it comes to dating. The similarities, the trigger points, they're there. And so a lot of folks are seeing either themselves or seeing people that they know when they're watching these shows. And so it's just triggering. People are having triggering discussions. Within a month, 2 months, it dies down. Like it really just dies down. The conversation really is about dating and why it sucks, because all these different things are happening. But also, Brittany, we have to be real with you. You are a pick-Misha to the umpteenth power. Like we've seen a lot of pick-Mishas on Love is Blind, but your level of pick-meing was flagrant. You literally asked this man, so where do you see us? And he told you, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not Miss Cleo. And then you followed that up with saying, yeah, Devin and I are going to get married. And when we get married, we're going to have kids afterwards. A man who literally had just told you, we'll be in touch. The delusion. Mind you, this was a man who you offered coochie to so that he would be nice to you. Do y'all remember going back to Cabo, going back to Mexico, how she said how No Neck realized he wasn't going to get no cooch from her. So he got really silent, very distant. We even saw this man when they was down to the pool playing Never Have I Ever. And he was like, oh, I've never had a hickey. And she was like, oh, I'll give you a hickey. And he's like, I don't want one. So then she goes upstairs to, I think it was Bree. She was having the conversation with Bree, and she was like, you know what? Maybe I will just give him some cooch to see if he likes it. Maybe if I put on my wedding dress from Shein, he'll see my natural beauty. Maybe he'll call me pretty. He don't want to call you pretty with your black ass. And side note, y'all told me she was black. She said she was mixed, right? Or did she say she was black? Because when I was looking at her parents, I was like, where the blacks? Who black? Hey, I'm not the black police, but I'm just saying, I don't see no black. I don't see no black. Who black? I'm just saying. And remember, she said she had 2 white grandparents. Is it the daddy? Her dad black, mama Dominican. Is her dad full black? Her dad. You said she mixed. Her dad is black. He was black? The pappy. I don't know, y'all. Okay, allegedly. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm not clicking on that, child. Yeah, I did see allegedly that some things were said. I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, Devin, the man who wouldn't go see about his grandparent dying, about his granddaddy dying, allegedly the black granddaddy. Devin, who told you his name could have been Devant. It could have been French because he hates his blackness so much. Devin, who told that white lady, his ex Taylor, that he don't date black women, he don't do Nagors. Devin is a knitter. Okay, a whole knitter. Okay. Sister, you pick like the pick Misha was to the umpteenth degree. I can't. So anyway, I guess she addressed it, child.
Brittany must have seen viewers' comments calling her delusional, questioning how she couldn't realize that Devontae wasn't interested, especially in their final conversation, because she shared to her Instagram story this post. And first I'm going to read the text, then I'm going to show you the actual.
Okay, her daddy black, her mom is white Colombian. Okay, thank you for the breakdown. Her daddy black. And I asked him how he felt when he found out that Devo hates black women on TikTok. The daddy, we're going to get into that. We are going to get into that. But she said on TikTok, the daddy said he'd question as to why. LOL, Brittany daddy ain't. We're going to get to that because I have feelings about her daddy too.
Actual pictures, but it looks like she took a girls trip with several other girls from Love is Blind season 10, and she said Miami owes us nothing. Reflecting back on this year, I can see clearly what the world is witnessing that I couldn't fully see, chose to not accept in the moment. It's not enjoyable watching myself accept a love less than deserving. Hindsight is 2020 real. Y'all, I wanted to reach through the TV and slap myself. Thank God for growth. Just remember, you are only seeing a small part of the relationship we built, and one that I was continually asked to be patient and have trust in. I had my
girl, shut that shit up. That man's ex told us word for word, bar for bar, everything we saw him tell you in the finale. And that man's ex had the same experience you had. So please, with the whole, you're just seeing no, we seen enough. No Net got a pretty accurate edit. A very accurate edit. He wasn't interested in you. So has she addressed the Asian presidents? No, I didn't see that. I didn't see her address that. And honestly, I don't know what that is. I keep seeing y'all say that. I don't know what it is. So I don't even want to talk about it because I don't know what it is.
Reservations, and now I've learned to always trust my gut and someone's actions over their words. I appreciate all the love and support through this journey. She goes on to say, I have no regrets that I chose to show grace, love, and patience to a man that was grieving. I found it so interesting that never came up, not even once in the conversations, when I'm sure it's something that they were talking about. I chose to be a reflection of how Christ loves, an unconditional love. Call me naive, desperate, or
girl, shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh. I want to be a reflection of Christ. When I tell you these people that get on here are maggots and they have Christian blindness. There was nothing Christ-like about you. Offered that man coochie so he would like you. Christ would tell you to do that? Show me where in the Bible Christ would encourage you to do that. Show me where in the Bible Christ would encourage you to offer up coochie to a man who would tell you in front of a group of people, I don't want you to give me no hickey. Please. Just say I was desperate. And I am in therapy for my desperation. I was desperate. I bought that Shein dress with all the desperation in the world because I wanted to wear that dress at any means. That's the thing. That'd be the thing. If y'all would just tell it how it is, the dragging honestly would stop. But when y'all come and y'all try to gaslight us with the Lord, with the Bible, and with girl, you're delusional. Just because you're delusional don't mean we are. Just say, yo, I was desperate. Listen, we've all had a desperate moment in life. We've all been there. Damn. You're not going to go to hell for being desperate. It's not a crime to be desperate. Is it bad? Yes. But you know what else is bad too? Is not acknowledging that and being real with yourself and being real with others. Damn, I was having a desperate moment. I was desperate in the time. Because only desperation could make you stay in that experience with no neck. There was nothing appealing about that man. Nothing. Can't nobody convince me otherwise. There was nothing appealing about that man and how he talked to you or the lack of conversations he gave you. That man said you were like a puppy chasing him everywhere. He didn't want to be near you. He would constantly tell you, I need time to myself. Mind you, you signed up for Love is Blind, an experience where for 3 weeks you have to be joined to this person at the hip. A man who was grieving. Where did he tell you he was grieving? What conversations were y'all having around his grief? What conversations were you having around his grief? So because the man was grieving, you should marry him? So because he was grieving, he deserved marriage and cooch. Because that is the love of Christ. Brittany, respectfully, shut the fuck up. Next, let's get to your daddy, who also need to shut the fuck up too. Because that man, honestly, I didn't go in on your daddy like that, how I usually do, because I'm trying to be mindful of people, but your dad failed you. That lady daddy failed her and failed her bad.
So quick to accept Devante. People asking the question, why was I so quick to accept Devante? Well, what you didn't see was all the conversations I had with Brittany when she got back in town. We had put together a list of what she was looking for, kind of an extensive list, and it was a hard list to really, pass. But I knew she was going to be in the pods talking deeper with people. And when she came back out, she said, Daddy, I met a guy. I love him. His name is Devante. He checks all the boxes. So because I trust my daughter and because I had a lot of conversation when she got back in town.
I need to see the boxes. M'besoin wè boîte yo. M'besoin wè ki boîte la cheke. M'besoin wè boîte yo. I need to see the boxes. I need to see the boxes. And I need to know if Brittany told you about how this man was behaving with her down to Cabo. I need to know. I need to see the boxes. And let me tell you something, even with him checking the boxes as her dad, you supposed to show up like MAGA daddy. MAGA daddy had his lashings ready. This is a quick experience, a quick experiment. Your daughter is 32 years old. So for 32 years, you didn't come up with questions to ask her potential husband? You haven't put any thought towards that? I don't give a damn what my daughter said. Man to man, we're going to have this conversation. You didn't have questions about the fact that this man was making allegedly $30,000 a month, but he was driving a Honda Civic? Mind you, now he's roommates with the Kiwi swindler. You didn't have no questions about that? If you put a side by side between Brittany daddy and MAGA daddy, the embarrassment is crazy.
And then there was a whole lot more dialogue with him that you guys didn't see. I was ready to say, okay, because
I doubt that, because that man don't talk. I doubt that. Brittany said it. His ex said it too. There's a whole lot of dialogue. It wasn't no damn dialogue. Daddy, you just failed. You failed. You didn't ask the questions.
I knew whatever challenges he had, we would, as a family, would help him overcome them, because that's the way we do things. So that's why I said yes to Devante. So quick.
And listen, y'all. Hey, somebody said, "Wait a minute, Jesse. I love my I love my Honda Civic. I ain't hating on no. I'm not critiquing the. Whoa, I love my Honda. I'm not critiquing the Honda Civic. I'm just saying that man said he was making $30,000 a month, and he needed a prenup to protect his wealth, right? I'm somebody who's making $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month. I'm expecting for you to have a better car than that. I'm not saying you got to go out and get a Phantom. I'm not saying you got to go out there and get a Wraith. But I'm expecting a little, you know, a little BMW. You know what I'm saying? A little Jeep. Like something. Did y'all see the Honda Civic? It didn't even look like it was made recently. It didn't give like a recent Honda Civic. Let's continue. I think he made another video. Lord, oh, he done made 3 more videos.
So we sat at this table, talking about Devontae. He kind of sat right.
Oh my God, why are we putting music in this? Oh my God. So I can't even play this. Oh, Acura is the luxury. It sure enough is. A Mercedes Benz is like 40K. That's not crazy. That's what I'm saying. He's a knitter. He's a knitter. And you didn't ask that knitter any real questions. Now I'm gonna have to stop and pause this damn video because I can't play it.
Over there, and I sat right over there. Brittany was right here where I'm sitting. And as a family, we had talked about.
This is so annoying. Why Erykah Badu though? Erykah Badu, like for this? I didn't have no breakfast and I'm too hungry for this. Next time we stream early, I gotta get food. I'm too hungry for this. See, now I'm mad.
Out there, little, what would you call it? Disagreement in Cabo. And my son Seth asked him some really.
Okay, so Brittany came and told you about Cabo, because I was going to ask about that. Like, did Brittany tell her daddy about Cabo, or did she go down to her daddy's house and lie about how peachy everything was? Putting Erykah Badu behind this is some foolishness, Dad. Like some straight up foolishness. The fool. It's Pisces season. I know. My mama Pisces. It was just her birthday. It was her birthday the week before last. Happy birthday, mama.
Great questions and really had some great insights for Brittany about how someone that processes things internally as their reset button responds.
You know that camera on Abbott Elementary when you just... This is a nothing burger. This is a nothing burger, Dad. I couldn't be your daughter. I'll be like, sir, Dad, this is a nothing burger. What are you saying?
So we had some really in-depth family conversations. So
what was it?
This was not a quick, oh, let's just take it.
Oh my God. Okay, maybe in the next video he'll tell us.
So this will be my last part 3 talk about why Devontae. One of the things Brittany and I talked about and what I loved about Love is Blind is that they were going to be in the pods having real deep conversation without seeing.
Is he gonna tell us like is he gonna tell us like the tea? What are you gonna tell us what he said that made you say yes as a dad?
What do I think? What do I think about Devontae? I think he is.
Hold on. Let me go back to the previous video.
Really, really important things. And so when she came back and told me some of that dialogue, I realized that they got to some levels really deep down in the chest.
Okay, so your dad, respectfully, the daddy heard what Brittany said. And the thing about Brittany, I have to give it to her dad just a little bit, give him grace and say, Brittany lied for that man because Brittany was lying to herself about No Neck. We're going to get married. We're going to have kids. He's my best friend. When he sees me in my dress. She was lying to herself and she was lying for him. So it's clear when it got to her parents, she told this man a whole bunch of lies. But the thing with your daddy, you as a father, you are supposed to be able to cover your daughter. You're supposed to be her blind side. You're the man. You got to ask questions. You got to have conversation. You can't just count on what your daughter said. Remember when MAGA Ashley and MAGA Daddy sat down and she was crying about, oh yeah, he checked in all the boxes. He was everything that I was looking for. And remember what her daddy said? Let me guess. He had a beefcake. That's a daddy. That's a daddy that comes to the table ready with questions, ready to be real. Girl, shut that shit up. All that crying you doing. I know you a coochie picker. Anyway, what is your status at the bank? What do you do? How long you been doing it? Where do you live? The last 5 years of your life. Tell me in detail. Where do you come from? You didn't ask No Neck none of them questions. None of them questions. And here you are on TikTok fighting for your life.
In the heart at the source level, so that when I was able to actually talk to him, I could pick up on some of that dialogue and get his perspective as to.
So what was his perspective? What the hell was his perspective? Ou pa mande nèg la on merde. Ou pa mande nèg la on merde. Wasting my damn time.
What do I think? What do I think about Devontae? I think he is a broken man. I think he has a lot of issues that.
You should have seen that down to the house. Instead, you want to play hide and go seek with Devontae. I saw you. You were in 4K playing hide and go seek. Oh, things went left, and you see Devontae No Neck ass tiptoeing in the background. You wanted to play hide and go seek. You should have seen that shit from the time he was talking to you on that couch, that he was a broken man. Period. You didn't ask no real questions. No real questions.
Hey there.
No real questions.
What do I think? To give you some quality wisdom, I think his line of normal is moved. And so when your line of normal is moved and lying is okay, your normal is lying, which is too bad.
Now you giving us the speech that you should have gave No Neck. Why are we getting this speech? Leave me alone. I'm done. I'm mad. Why are we getting this speech? No Neck should have got that speech down to your house. Do y'all remember MAGA Daddy when he said, yeah, the stories that you're giving, are you lying? I feel like you're lying. I feel like you're not honest. I don't know. I'm on to you. That's a daddy. Got me siding with a MAGA daddy before a black daddy during Black Women's Ramadan month. I'm mad. You done pissed me off. Thank you so much for the super chat. Never watched an episode, but I've been watching your commentary for almost 2 years. I'm in my office trying not to choke because you're hilarious. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. A black daddy got me siding with a MAGA daddy during Black Women's Month. I hate you, every iota of you. Brittany daddy don't know how to form a firm thought. So Devontae probably was running circles around you because you don't know how to have a firm stance and a firm thought. And so you have your daughter coming home to you, a daughter who sees life through rose-colored glasses, and you were just so happy to see her happy that you didn't ask real questions, so much so that you were like, oh, y'all need to get married tomorrow. Remember when Brittany daddy was like, oh, y'all can get married tomorrow. You ain't seen a bank statement. God knew not to make me a man. I'm already hell on wheels. I need to see the bank statement. Bank statement. I'm scanning emails. I'm scanning text. I'm like, I I got my private investigator. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Baby, and when it's time for me to have kids and when it's time for my kids to get married, we're not playing that. As a matter of fact, when I'm asking questions, I'm just asking you the questions to confirm you're not lying. Because I already know the answer. I already know the answer, period. Oh my God. Bruh. Anyway, y'all. Damn, 2 hours went by fast. I feel like did I have anything else? Did I have anything? The fits. I almost forgot. Child, I almost forgot. Let's get into the fits, child. Let's get into the fits. But you know what? Before we do that, y'all, I did drop this on my Instagram. I feel like, you know what? I should drop it here too. I'm coming out with, so the members know this. The members know that I've been working on stuff and y'all are getting to see it. But I did drop this little snippet of a song I'm working on, child. Let me know what y'all think. I love this song so much. I love this song so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Love your content. Greetings from Poland. I got sisters in Poland. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jessie, please. Oh yes, I'm gonna get into blue. I am. You know what's crazy? I wanted to do blue therapy when I first came in January, but I had watched it on a flight to Ghana and I didn't see it here, like streaming services that we have. But I'm glad that it's on. I'm glad because we definitely gonna get into it. Can I play the snippet again? This is vacation music, baby. C'est vacances liées, ou comme ça lié. Les arrivés pour moi calé comme. Les pompiers, gardez on dit fait. Gardez qui j'en moi pas le calé comme. Calé comme. Gardez j'en moi calé comme. Calé comme. C'est vacances liées, turn up lié. C'est bouteille à péter. I love this song. I love this song. Also, I have a bouillon song that I gave the verse to a bouillon artist in Dominica. The song is fire. The song is fire. He sent me the song and he was like, "Hey, can I get a verse?" I was like, "Sure." But I will tell you, recording a bouillon song, it whooped my ass. It whooped my ass. You Dominicans is different. Y'all is different. I was in that booth fighting for my life. But I think it came out really good. So I'm really excited. But it's a bop. It is a bop. It's really a bop. So I'm really excited. All right, let's get into the fits. The reunion fits. What we got for MAGA Barbie? Let's do 1 through 10 for the looks. MAGA Barbie. What do y'all think? Blue Therapy, it's a show on Netflix. It's really good. It's like couples going to therapy and it's insane. To be honest, these couples going on this show, y'all got a lot of nerve. Okay, 8. What y'all say, 8? Your people have stamina. I said that. Y'all got stamina. 10? Okay. I feel like I wouldn't give her a 10 just because I feel like we saw her hair like that all season. I feel like a 7 is fair. A 7. I'll give her a 7. You see she dressed in red. Very MAGA. Next. Very MAGA. Now, what the hell he got on? Kiwi Swindler giving, I'm running to the post office real quick. Like, what's going on? What y'all giving the Kiwi Swindler? I'm going to give him a 3. I'm going to give his ass a 3. Exactly, a 2. Somebody said 0.1, 0. Period. Okay, let's move along. Brittany. Brittany look good. Brittany look good. I love the updo. Her arms look amazing. Brittany look good to me. Yeah, I'm gonna give her a 9. Yep, a 9. The only reason I'm not gonna give her a 10 is because she was being a pick Misha for no neck. I can't. But I think she looks gorgeous. Jessica. What do we give Jessica, child? We just gonna skim right. Y'all saw it. We not even gonna give him nothing. We just gonna. Alex is dressed like what? Alex is dressed like that because he don't own no suit. We know it. Thank you so much for the super chat. What do we give Jess? A 9? A 8? Yeah, I think between a 9 and an 8. Only because I don't like that we're seeing the panty. I feel like she should have got like a new tone, and it would have been sickening. But yeah, I think a 9 and a 9 and an 8. I agree. A 9 and an 8. Let's move on. Bree. Yeah. I don't know. I don't rate this lady. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I just don't rate this lady. Yep. I can't give Brittany a 10 because she period. Period. Meh. Yeah. Meh. 6. Yeah. Yeah, let's move on. Connor. I hate the shoes, Connor. I hate the shoes, but I like what Connor has on. He looks nice. What do y'all give Connor? I'll give him a little 7. Because I honestly didn't expect this much from him. So I'll give him a 7. Yeah, what y'all think? A 7. Okay. A 6, 7. Okay. A little 5. Okay. Yeah, I feel like a 7 is fair. A little, a 7, because we like Connor. Okay. Here go, Coretta. Y'all were in the comments. Stop calling her Coretta. Here go Coretta. Coretta looks beautiful. I just feel like something's missing. Thank you for this live. I've enjoyed every minute. You're welcome. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Y'all don't have to send me super chats, so I appreciate it. 7. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you know what? I feel like if she would have had a nasty updo. Yeah, I feel like if she would have had a nasty updo, like, yes, maybe it's the top. Okay. But I feel like she would have had a nasty updo out of, yeah. Vic gonna get a 10 from me. He gonna get a 10, child. Job gonna get a 10. I gotta get this man his 10, child. Let me know what y'all giving Dreads. What y'all giving Vic, child? I'm giving Vic a 10. I'm gonna give him his 10. He honestly, let me say this. About Vic. Because we won another battle. Vic did not embarrass us. And we have to be very thankful for that during Black Women's Month. During Black Women's Month, this young Black man, he did not embarrass us. Okay? He showed up, he stuck it through. Okay, he got his little Coretta, okay. But we still got to give him his 10s. Nobody's getting a 10 from me, period. Yeah, y'all refuse to give him a 10. Everybody's saying 8. Y'all are all like, yeah, Jessica. Anyway, shut the fuck up. We giving him an 8. The way y'all don't be respect. This is my show. This is my channel, and y'all just don't care. Y'all don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm like, we're gonna give him a 10. Yeah, anyway, 8, 8.5. That's it. It doesn't matter that it's my channel. Doesn't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. Y'all don't give a fuck. All right, let's move on. And my thing with Amber's sister, I rate you. Like, you're one of my favorites this season. But I don't know what it is with you and these booty dudes. Like, and then you trying to beat the 34-year-old allegations. These hairstyles do not help. These hairstyles do not help, sister. It's giving, let it go, let it go. With a mix of grease. You're the one that I want you up and up, like it's what y'all giving her? It's giving Dolly Parton. What's going on? Next. I ain't gonna do it to you, sister. I'm gonna leave you alone. Here goes Shrek, y'all. Shrek look like he going to work. One thing about Jordan, he gonna dress like he going to happy hour after work. He don't catch ya. You know, he down to the bar. This is a down to the bar fit. If Jordan don't do nothing else, he gonna give us a down to the bar fit. Shrek gets a 5. Yeah, I think that's fair, child. Yeah, it's giving. I just got off. I'm gonna pass by this little birthday dinner down to the bar real quick. Give me a little drink. Like Jordan, this man do not care. Emma looks gorgeous. Emma looks gorgeous. I know y'all ain't gonna get nobody no 10. What y'all giving Emma? I think she looks gorgeous. She looks gorgeous. I feel for her though. I really feel for this lady. If I ever meet her in person, she gonna get a hug from me, just unsolicited. She's like, why is this lady hugging me? Cause baby, I feel for you, sister. Emma gets an 8. Yep. 9. Yep. She looks stunning. Oh, period. Okay. Oh, y'all. Okay, period. Not us showing up for Emma. Okay, period. Let's move on. Here go the garlic bread, nigga. You know what it is about the garlic bread dude? What do we know about him? He's another one. We don't know nothing about this man. Emma's storyline was so flushed out, but we don't know nothing about the garlic bread dude other than he wanted kids. That's it. We don't know nothing about this man. Like the garlic bread dude, we know he want kids and we know he got an annoying ass mama. That's it. We don't know nothing about you, Mike. What y'all giving Mike? 5 or 7.8? I think that's a little high now. I mean, 6. I'll give him a 6. He looked good though. He looked good. Actually, he's one of the best dressed guys. He's probably the best dressed guy because he has the suit. The color scheme is nice. But it's just, Mike, you got on my last nerves. You did. You just got on my last nerves. Send her back to the chair. You talking about Amber? Yeah, send her back to the chair. I don't know, child. Coffee? Yeah, Mr. Coffee. Get off my screen. I'm done. You on my last damn nerves. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm back from self-deportation. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Okay. The reunion is Wednesday, so I'll try to be here on Thursday. In the meantime, I'm gonna get into blue therapy and I'll try to start rolling that out for y'all as soon as possible. But thank you so much for checking out this live. It's 5,400 of y'all in here. Thank you so much for checking out the live. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. I hope that you guys have a great month, a great Women's Month. I hope that you're blessed. Everything that you touch, I hope is blessed. Everything that you dream to do this month, I hope it goes well for you. Stay tuned. I do have details for my Black Women's Brunch that I want to do this month in Atlanta. I'm aiming for the last Sunday of the month. So stay tuned for those details. It will be in Atlanta. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, I'll see y'all soon. Yes, I know I'm extremely late on yeah, y'all like, girl, where's the, but I feel like I'm so late now. Y'all still want to hear what I have to say? I have a lot to say. I do have a lot to say, but I feel like I'm so late. Okay, I'll still do it. What, Jesse, I feel like you would kill a La-Vie-Doo. I love that song. La-Vie-Doo. Honestly, I would not touch that song. Thank you so much for your super chat. I wouldn't touch that song. It's perfect. Maybe I'm wrong, but I wanted to do a new song. So trust me. The new song's good. So trust me on that. Maybe I should play a little. Hold on, let me play a little snippet. Hold on. I hope he don't get mad. But hold on, let me see. Okay. It's so good. I can't play the whole thing because I feel like he's gonna get mad if he sees this. But it's giving an ode to Dominica. It's giving an ode to my experience in Dominica. But it's very good. Oh, it sound muffled. Oh, it sound muffled. Okay, good then, because I don't want him to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. But it's really good. It's really, really good. Really, really good. All right, y'all. So damn, I feel kind of sad. The time went by fast, but anyway, I'm hungry. I need to go eat. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care of yourself.
Baby, yes, I just turned the water on.